My name is Michael. I am 28 years old. I live in a small apartment in the city where I work as a graphic designer. Life is simple now, quiet, steady, but it wasn't always this way. I grew up in a modest neighborhood with my father, Robert. He was a factory worker, a man of few words, but a heart full of love. My mother passed away when I was 12, so it was just the two of us after that. He became both my father and mother, cooking, cleaning, working late, doing everything he could to make sure I had a good life. He used to say, "Son, one day you'll understand how much a parent sacrifices for their child." I would just smile, not really getting what he meant. Life wasn't easy. Some nights he came home so tired that he'd fall asleep at the kitchen table. I'd wake up early and see him still sitting there, his head resting on his arm. His hands were always rough, his face pale. But whenever I asked if he was okay, he'd say, "I'm fine, son, just tired." He never missed a day of work, no matter how sick he looked. Even when I told him to rest, when I got accepted into college, I was overjoyed. But I also knew we couldn't afford the fees. I told him I would drop the idea and find a job instead. He just shook his head. "You're going," he said firmly. "Don't worry about the money. I'll handle it." I never questioned how. I thought maybe there was some scholarship or help from relatives. I was young, and honestly, I didn't want to think too hard about it. During those years, he got thinner, quieter. His cough grew worse. Sometimes I'd see him holding his chest, breathing heavily, but when I asked, he'd smile and change the topic. "Just old bones, son. Don't you worry." Then, 2 years ago, he passed away. A heart attack, they said. It happened so suddenly that I didn't even get to say goodbye. After the funeral, I went back to his house to pack his things. Everything was exactly as he left it. The old chair by the window, the half-empty cup of tea on the table, the smell of his aftershave still in the air. The silence in that house felt heavy, like it was holding 1,000 unspoken words. As I opened the drawer of his desk, I found a small metal box. Inside, there were a few old letters, hospital bills, and a folder marked Michael's Education. Started reading. My hands were shaking. The first paper I saw was a medical report. The words hit me like a storm. Stage 3 cancer. Requires immediate treatment. My breath caught. I flipped through the papers, test results, doctor's notes, medicine receipts, all dated during the same years I was in college. Tears filled my eyes. He had been sick all that time. And then, at the bottom of the box, I found payment receipts. Every single one of my college fees. Each payment had his signature. He had been working double shifts, selling his old belongings, and even taking loans, just to keep me in school. He never told me. Not once. I found one last letter, written in his handwriting, addressed to me. "My dear son, if you're reading this, I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I didn't want you to worry. I wanted you to focus on your dreams, not my pain. I may not be there to see you graduate, but that's okay. Knowing that you made it, that's enough for me. Don't be sad, son. I lived my life with pride because I had you." I couldn't hold back my tears. The room blurred as I pressed the letter to my chest. All those times I was angry at him for missing my calls, for skipping my college events, for being too tired to talk. I finally understood why. He wasn't ignoring me. He was fighting for me. Fighting silently, with every breath, every day, until his last. That day changed everything. I realized how blind I had been to his pain. How many people around us carry silent battles we never see. Parents, especially, they suffer quietly, so we can live freely. Now, whenever life feels hard, I think of him. When I'm tired from work, when bills pile up, when I feel lost, I remember his hands, rough from labor, still gentle enough to pat my shoulder and say, "You'll be fine, son." I framed his letter and keep it on my desk. Every morning I look at it and whisper, "Thank you, Dad, for everything." He taught me that love doesn't always speak loudly. Sometimes it hides behind silence, behind a smile that says, "I'm fine," even when everything hurts inside. And that's the kind of love that changes you forever. So if you still have your parents, call them. Ask how they really are. Listen between the lines. Because one day, when they're gone, you'll realize how many battles they fought just to see you smile. People carry silent struggles we never see. And sometimes, the quietest love is the strongest kind.